Good day to you. God bless. Welcome back. So in the last segment, I showed you how to work the shoulders to the inside using a direct rein. We're going to continue on with the direct rein now, but we're going to go ahead and finish out the clock, okay? So everything below 3 and 9. And so it's important for you to know, I really don't get too hung up on numbers like 4 and 5 and 8 and 7, stuff like that. The ones that I'm primarily concerned with is that direct step backwards and 6 o'clock. As long as I can get my horse to kind of step on 4 to 5, I'm pretty good with it, because now you're really getting into horses specific athleticism, okay? So don't be too critical here on numbers, but we're going to kind of show you how to just keep what you started in the last segment rolling and working for you, and really start getting some control over those front feet, okay? So again, this is going to be a direct rein exercise, which means right rein going to be communicating with the right front foot, left rein communicating with the left front foot, and there's only one leg cue, and that's to squeeze evenly with both legs just to keep your horse moving and keep him going, okay? So like always, first step, we're going to get our horse walking in a circle, and we're going to start working on maybe seeing about getting your horse to step on 4 or 5, okay? So to do that, you're going to want to walk a circle to the right here. Come on, Jubilee. And once you get going, what you're going to do is you're going to connect this rein, and you want to feel all forward motion come to a stop, but then have it shift back, okay? So to do this, I'm going to use a great give. I'm prohibiting that forward motion, but I don't want my horse to stop, so I'm going to squeeze. Squeeze with my legs. Now this is going to put your horse in a bind. They're going to have to think here a little bit. I want you to think backwards. Right there. Okay, Jubilee struggled with it a little bit. That's okay. Been a while since I've done this with her. Same thing to the left. I want all forward motion to cease. I want to feel her rock back and step her left front foot kind of underneath my stirrup here. I'm going to use a great give. Don't let them stop. Just hold. That's not getting her anywhere. I'm thinking right there. I'm thinking as I'm holding about that left front foot stepping back and kind of underneath my stirrup a little bit, okay? So until you feel that, it doesn't count. I want to actually feel Jubilee shift back and make that step, okay? She can step on 3, she can step on 9 all day long. Until I feel that weight shift back a little bit, she's not stepping on the correct number, all right? So just hold and don't let them stop. Squeeze with your legs. Right there. And to the left. Right there. Right there. Excellent. Okay, and that right there was a great example. You noticed how Jubilee sort of struggled there in the beginning. She was moving her hindquarters around. It took her a little while to figure it out. My job is just to remain patient, keep steady pressure on my rein, keeping focused on, hey, I want the right front foot to step underneath my stirrup. I want the left front foot to step underneath my stirrup. And just, you know, make sure that they keep moving their feet. Squeeze with your legs. Anytime you feel like you're losing that momentum in the horse, go ahead and just squeeze with your legs. So I'm going to just work that back and forth and until you start to see your horse do what Jubilee did right here. And that was, once she realized, oh, hey, this is what I'm doing, she got quicker about giving me the correct answer, okay? You're going to start seeing your horse do that. Again, you may not get as much bend in the head to the side. You may not have to go to a great give. Your horse may start shutting it down and rocking back and making the step with just a great give. If so, fantastic. If not, don't be afraid to go back and bring that head a little further around, prohibit that forward motion and get that step, okay? And you're just going to play with that until it's consistent. Before I move on, I'm going to ask Jubilee a couple of more times just to kind of set her up for that next step, okay, which, you know, will be 5, 6, whatever the case may be. Perfect. That was a great example of That was kind of borderline in between a good give and a great give, but Jubilee automatically started locking it down, decreased her forward motion. I felt her rock back and start to make that step. That's exactly what you're looking for. So you can see there, she's a little hesitant to this right side, so I want to do it a couple more times. Bring that head around. Keep moving, keep moving. This is a very athletic horse or move for your horse to make because it requires them kind of shifting back, kind of folding up and rounding through the body. So Jubilee, I'm having a really hard time. She's wearing my legs out, squeezing her, keeping her going tonight. I'm a little heavier and rolling my spur normally would be. So it's kind of fighting me a little, she's kind of fighting me here a little bit because I'm constantly on the verge of not having enough momentum. You know, in a normal training situation, I would probably say rather than continue to use my spur, I would probably go get my dressage whip out and speed her up a little bit. I may go forget this for a little while and, you know, go trot, go lope some circles, get those feet moving and livened up a little bit, okay? But for the sake of this video and time, we're gonna go ahead and just keep working here, okay? So just keep that in your back pocket there. I got the side step, now I'm waiting for the shift back. Don't care how many revolutions. Jubilee will eventually get to the point she'll learn that stepping on 3 o'clock isn't getting her anything. She'll try something different. And that's right there, that's what I'm looking for. Immediately go back. If you immediately go back, especially after you've had to hang on like I just did right there, 9 times out of 10, you'll notice that it doesn't take your horse near as long to get the right answer, and you can release and reward them sooner, okay? So another little training hack to think on there a little bit. We're back in the same game here. Squeeze, nope, keep moving. Do not let your horse stop. Keep it moving. Right there, okay? Now that was a little questionable. She kind of came to a stop, but I could feel her just thinking backwards. That's why I just bared with her and said, okay, honey, as long as you're thinking in the right direction, I'm good with it. Let's see where you go. Now, if she had stopped and I felt her try and settle, that's when I'm really gonna squeeze with my legs and say, no, you need to keep going. But this is a great example of, you know, this is not Jubilee's first time, okay? And look at how long I'm having to wait to get this. I've been working on a lot of spins here lately, so she's thinking, oh, hey, we're spinning. She's not listening to my skeleton. She's not listening to my rein 100%. So my job is just to keep consistent and keep calm and be insistent that she tune in and listen, okay? So imagine if a horse that's done this 1.5 million times is having a little bit of a struggle like this. Imagine what it's like when you first start working on your horse, okay? So that should give you an idea. You will get it, but it takes a little patience, okay? So we're gonna keep moving on here. Better bend her head around a little bit more. She just keeps walking through my hand. There we go. Right there, that's what I'm looking for. Perfect. Notice my timing. I'm going right from one to another almost. I'm releasing, but I go immediately into it again. That's what I'm looking for, okay? And all that's doing is just helping her figure this out, okay? Again, the sooner I can set this up after releasing, the more likely it's going to be for Jubilee to actually go, hey, I know what you're looking for. She's not going to forget it, okay? And she's going to give me the correct step. So again, as you can see, I need to come out and play with this a little bit more over the next few days, but we're going to go ahead and move on here, and I'm going to show you what we're building into, okay? So again, just keep in mind, your horse may be great on certain numbers. You may seem to have a problem with it on others. That just tells you you need to practice it more, okay? So moving on here. Now what we're gonna do is we are going to move into the 6 o'clock position, which is everything needs to come to a halt, but I wanna feel that leg step straight back, just like it did right there, okay? So I picked up on my right rein, I'm saying right leg, step straight back on 6. So I'm still only communicating with one leg, okay? One rein, one leg or one cue spot, and one leg cue, squeeze evenly to create movement. Same thing with the left. I'm gonna ask for the left front foot to step directly to the back. Great give. Don't stop, squeeze. Keep your legs moving, and I got that step. And all I'm looking for is just one, okay? Don't get greedy right now and start asking for a bunch of steps back. One is good for right now, especially in the beginning when you're first training this. She tried to walk through my hand there, so I just brought the head a little further around to the side. Excellent. This works excellent on those horses that have traditionally had a problem with backing up. I don't know how many times I had horses that people brought to me over the years that the owners told me, hey, you try and back this horse, they'll flip up and go over backwards on you. This is great for that. If you work down that clock like I'm doing here and showing you with Jubilee, then by the time you get to that 6 o'clock, the horse doesn't feel pressured and you've gently built into it. Keep it moving. Think backwards. Right there. Excellent. Come on, Jubilee. Bend that head around. Think backwards. Don't let the feet stop. Excellent. Excellent. Don't let them stop. Squeeze. Say, hey, keep those feet moving. There we go. And eventually what'll happen is you practice this enough, and again, Jubilee is extremely lazy tonight, and she's kind of putting it to me a little bit. Eventually what'll happen is you will get to the point where all you got to do is just pick up on this rein, and your horse will immediately take a step back without, as she just did right there, moving their hip one side or the other. They'll get so tuned in that as soon as you pick up on a rein and squeeze and you're thinking backwards, they'll be listening to your skeleton and go, oh, hey, I know what this means, and they'll take that direct step back, okay? Right there, right there, right there. Excellent. And so, as you can see, folks, it's not a perfect world. I've been focused on a lot of other things with Jubilee lately. Excuse me, doing flying lead changes, working on spins, etc. So, you know, this just goes to show you all these basics like this, how important they are. And sometimes you got to go back and maintain them. If you find that you're having problems in these areas, I guarantee you, if you're having problems doing this little clock drill, you're having problems in every other area of your horse's riding, okay? So, you know, this is a foundation exercise, crucial. Practice it, get all the numbers down consistent. I guarantee you when you go to start doing more complicated maneuvers, you know, you're just going to be that much further ahead. So I hope this helps. Have fun, and we'll see you down the trail. Thanks.